I finished the job in Lesotho. Hochtief transferred me straight away to the Athens Metro. That was probably my most controversial job because of the contractual situation. It was a turnkey project. It was a French-German-Greek joint venture. The Olympic Metro Consortium was the name. And the problem was that being competitive and winning the bid, they had to do a number of things which later became critical on the job. They bought a pair of tunnel boring machines which were not pressurizable. So they were neither EPB nor slurry, which is now the usual norm. They were open rock machines actually, with a cutter head which was similar to an EPB cutter head, originally a Mitsubishi design actually. And these machines were, I would say, really unfit for the ground conditions what we had. So we had incredible difficulties with keeping these machines and not breaking up to the service all the time. So the whole project was slow. The other thing what was not foreseen in that job was the archaeological risk. About archaeological risk, everybody thinks that when you start to dig down, say, a footprint of a station, you find all sorts of things, say, down to 2, 3, 4, 5 meters deep, and the archaeologist will excavate it and it slows you down, so you will have some delays. Yes, it happened. It was possible to deal with them. They caused some troubles, but nothing unmanageable. The real archaeological risk was the ancient water supply system of Athens. And each house had a well. And the wells were connected to other wells so that the water, groundwater, can transfer from one point to another. Then that part of the city was destroyed for whatever war or fire or whatever event. All these wells were backfilled. New roads, new cities, new houses were built with new wells. And when we get in with an open TBM into that area, suddenly you hit a well. It is very weakly backfilled, obviously, and within seconds you have a sinkhole to the surface. That was the real archaeological risk what we were facing, and obviously if we used pressurizable machines like an EPB, it would have been much easier to contain, but this way it wasn't. So the solution to the problem was to drive a pilot tunnel ahead of the TBM and treat all these underground risks, storage caverns and wells and everything ahead of the TBM, and then the TBM could drive reasonably normally. Even in one, the pilot tunnel is flooded by amphorae. Then the archaeologists came and they excavated the amphorae. The problem was that they are using toothbrushes and spatula for excavation, so it's a little bit slow. So these were the real problems that we faced in Athens. And obviously, because the project was very much delayed and so on, the situation with the client was very, very controversial. Nothing was easy, and as a consequence, we had a very difficult time there. And eventually, I was saved by Hochtief. They transferred me to Singapore on the deep tunnel sewer system.